Welcome back to Lee Hines Field on the campus of Southern University. We have a SWAC rival game going on right now where Grambling leads Southern 7-1. And I tell you what, I am finding the legends tonight around here. I am so honored to be joined by Mr. M.C. Johnson, who actually played in the Negro League. He played for the Kansas City Monarchs in 1963 and 1964. And I had an opportunity to ask you if this was your first Negro League baseball game or celebration to attend, and you said you were here last year. Do you come back just because it's for a Negro League honor?
I really come back to mingle with the old friends that I met and played against in college. That's my main reason down here.
Now, being that you played back then and you see the kids honoring what you did back then, what does it feel like to be honored?
Great. This is one of the biggest thrills of my life. I did an interview when I was down here last year, and it's the same vibe going on today.
Now, take me back to 1963 and 1964. What were some of your best memories?
Well, one of my best memories, I got a chance to play against Leroy Satchel Paige in the Negro League. And at that time, he was 51 years old. And he still could throw almost 90 miles per hour. And he tried to teach me how to throw the hesitation pitch, the pitch that they outlawed in the Major League. But I couldn't do that because my body is not built for that. The hesitation pitch is you go through your regular pitches motion, but you don't release the ball.
Wow.
Then you release it a split second later.
Wow.
And, of course, they outlawed that pitch in the Major League because couldn't nobody hit it. Yeah.
Now, Mr. Johnson, I think one of the most crazy things that you told me was that you're not even from here. You're from Chicago, and you came in town for this weekend.
Well, I was born in Mississippi on a plantation. And my father was from Louisiana, Tallulah, Louisiana.
Okay.
And from there, we never heard of a Little League. The kids down my way, we just got together and played baseball. And when I went to high school, they didn't have a baseball team. They played softball. And there was about 5 or 6 guys lived in my neighborhood. We got together and along with the principal, and we started a baseball team. And I was lucky enough from that baseball, 3 years, I went to a junior high school, K through 9. So I was only in high school for 3 years. And we organized a team my sophomore year, the year my father passed away. And we did very well. And my shop teacher was a graduate of, at that time it was Arkansas A&M.
Okay.
But now it's UPAB.
Right, Arkansas. Yep.
Right. And I got a 4-year scholarship over there.
Wow.
And I didn't get signed out of college, so I went to Chicago. I had relatives in Chicago. And I joined one of the local teams in Chicago, and I started playing. And in 1963, the Kansas City Monarchs came through Chicago looking for ball players. And
Mr. Johnson, you had the opportunity to play for them, and I have to tell you, it's been one of the biggest honors as a reporter to be able to sit here and talk to you about that memory. And I got to also tell you that you might be the lucky charm because Southern just hit a home run. Are you the lucky charm?
I hope I am.
All right, Mr. Johnson, thank you. Lynn, we're coming back to you.
Thank you.
A fascinating story to actually have a former Negro League player here. Those were the waning days of the Negro Leagues in the early 1960s. And perhaps he was a lucky charm for Jose De La Torre, who smashed one over the left center field wall, his 3rd home run of the season. And now Ashley Wheatley is hit by a pitch after Harris flied to left. A run in on the home run by De La Torre. Grambling leads by 5. It's 7-2.
I'm not sure what's going on, but Aubert tried to say that there was a dead ball or something before that pitch. And now Cooper is out talking with the first base umpire, the head coach for Grambling. As soon as Aubert threw the ball, he said he looked at the first base umpire as if somebody maybe had called time, or I'm not quite sure. It's been kind of turned into a bizarre set of circumstances here the last couple innings.
Now there's no time called at the plate, and that ball clearly hit the batter.
Okay, I don't know why.
And you're right, Aubert has turned and is saying something pointing to the first base side.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what all of that's about. I don't. Aubert is a very animated guy out there in the mound. I mean, he talks a lot. He gestures. He's not your traditional. Doesn't have your traditional demeanor out there in the mound. I mean, look at him, kind of very emotional, and
well, Cooper just pointed him back. He said, "You get back to the mound." Right. He said, "I'll figure out what's going on."
But I mean, I'm not quite sure what.
I mean, this ought to be pretty simple. Did either umpire call time or not? Yes or no?
Now he's calling all the umpires together. And I'm not, I just would love to know. There you see Ricky Powell, he's the home plate umpire. Jason McClester at first and Robert Schlicker at third.
Aubert now has hit 3 batters. He's only allowed 4 hits and a couple of runs. He has not walked anybody. He struck out 4, I believe. Yep, 4. And I do not know what that was all about either.
No, we'll see.
But Aubert, right after the pitch was delivered, he turned and he pointed toward first base.
Well, whatever it is, James Cooper believes him because he's out there arguing on his behalf. So we'll try to see, maybe we can't find out what that whole thing was about. That was interesting.
Odd. Hall is backpedaling. He's got room in front of the warning track. And Valdez flies deep to right for the second out. Here's Mason Diaz with 2 outs and a runner aboard. Jose De La Torre sent a southern smash over the left center field wall to open the bottom of the 6th. Ronnie, coming into this inning, Aubert had continued his very efficient pitching. He had only thrown 60 pitches through 5 innings, and 44 of them were strikes.
He works quickly, and he throws a lot of strikes, which is why you see only 2 runs, too. It also helps your defense play better. Grambling does not have an error tonight. Southern has 3. And when you work fast and throw strikes with a couple different pitches, even though none of them, there's really nothing that wows you about Aubert, but again, on the outer corner, and it's right at the second baseman.
And that's lined right into the glove of Barraza. Well struck by Diaz, but Barraza was there for the out. This one was well struck too. Jose De La Torre sends one into the night, his 3rd home run of the year.